Hello everyone. I'm out for a walk. Today I went downtown. I basically made a commitment to go down there, attempt something. So I went to the government. There's a few government buildings down there. But in the government, it's always someone else will help you. There's some other. That's the whole thing in life. I asked the lady, I said, what's the purpose of government? They don't know. It's not to help me. It's not to uphold my rights. They didn't even know what the Bill of Rights were down there. They didn't know anything. Talked to a human rights guy, and he just said, that's the past. I said, no, that's my life. This is it. This is all I have. Yeah, people like to diminish my problems. It's called apples to oranges. They'll just say, well, my brother, he did lots of drugs and he lost his teeth. It's like, well, my teeth were fine. My dad coerced me in there, pressured me to go in, and filed my teeth down, and then denied it. I think that's a little different. So I don't like being compared to other people. And I say, I watch the news all the time. The news and these stories about how people, they put people in jail. They put Michael Jackson's doctor in jail for giving him pills. They said it was his fault. And I go, my dad did some bad stuff and nobody will do anything. No one will hold him accountable. Have a great day. I think I should have a camera on me all the time. It would be, because if I'm out, I have a voice now. Post enlightenment, is there enlightenment, is there not? As people want to know, I go, you can have an enlightenment experience. But it doesn't have to be like mine. They're all unique. I mentioned a few people. Prem Baba, Sadhguru, Dr. Hawkins. They had them. So you have to research that a little bit. But there's all this phenomenon going on. And then they're changed as a person. But it can be on the negative end. They're saying don't say his name. But there was, it's not enlightenment, but it's an experience for sure. Aleister Crowley, because he was like a Satanist or something. But he had a little friend or something, and then psychic phenomenon and all this stuff. So I say it doesn't necessarily have to be the positive end, but there's always going to be a lot of negative on both. Like I had to be tormented by demons for, it seemed like about 3 months, 2 or 3 months. But it's something you can't buy. It's like it's hard to even explain it to people. And if I leave a comment explaining this to people, they say, enlightened people don't just leave their comments there for you. They don't. I go, yeah, because the voice will correct me. They say there's no enlightenment. There's no nothing. It's just, they say it's just reality. And then people have beliefs, they have experiences, they have, and they say, yeah, I wish God existed and he was helping me. How about that? But they tell me, no God. That's what they say. No one's behind the wheel on this thing. No one's answering those prayers. But there is a phenomenon going on. I can, if people are praying for me, I can feel it. So thinking positively. There's like an energy tap they do on me. I don't know how it works. But some people talk about the spirit of depression, the spirit of fear. It feels like a spirit. That's how it feels. It weighs on you. Yeah, I haven't been writing. I wrote some jokes down, I think. But I didn't go to comedy night because I don't really feel that great. I don't. I just want, if it was up to me, the last 19 years of my life, I would have been healthy. Wouldn't have had any teeth filing. I wouldn't have had to go through the Miller-Dwan. It's like my attitude was like, okay, I'll deal with it. But then it goes on, and I go, okay, I'll keep dealing with it. And then at a certain point, you start getting worse and worse, and you just can't just keep sitting in a room dealing with it. You have to do something about it. But people don't want to help. They just don't want to help. They just don't care. Well, there's some activity up at that church over there. Yeah, when I could see blessings and curses, I could see into these churches. And I could see if they're blessed or cursed, and some of them were cursed on the outside, blessed on the inside. That church, that actually had curses on the inside. Some, not a lot, but it did have some. It was pretty bland. They don't think that church was cursed at all. That's what the voice is saying. But there was rooms, conference rooms that had curses in it. Yeah. And then when I looked at meat had a lot of curses in that. Ooh, man, there had a lot of curses in that. Yeah, so people say, is there blessings and curses? Can you bless your... I said, you can do it. I'd just rather have everyone be treated better, but that's my belief. So I don't like factory farming or anything like that. I don't like it. This is what I say is like if people can see what's going on, then they're going to be like, if they can see into the courtrooms, if they can see into these factory farms, I don't think they'd agree with it and say maybe we should change that. If people, this is what the voice says, if I could just make my case. I always think everything should be so simple and so easy. Like, gee, I haven't seen this woman in 12 years. Gee, I'm not harassing her. Everything she wrote on there, and she didn't even write it. She didn't even know what's on it. This should be easy. That's how I think. Because I'm projecting my own self onto the world. That's what we're all doing to a certain degree. Because I think that people should just make things right with each other. But most people, it seems like a lot of people don't believe that. Because I had a saying, there was the good person world, please and thank yous. The bad person world, where they say tough S. We're gonna do whatever we want to. That's the courts. That's the hospitals. I said police, judges, lawyers, anywhere where they can just use force on you. If I go to a restaurant, they can't just pull a gun on me. Or just, if we go to a hospital, they say, strip down naked, sir. Oh. And then they can tell any lie they want to justify what they're doing. And then I make jokes about it. I say, yeah, I broke a gun in half, the long way, straight down the middle. I joke about it. But they use that to punish me. So in the bad person world, they have no sense of humor. Even though I did make judges laugh because I have a good sense of humor. So it's like maybe if they weren't in power over me, that's why I say if we're all equals. But yeah. They want me, I said, the voice says, you might as well run for president or whatever. You might as well, because you're benevolent. You're not going to, but you also don't like evil. I don't like all the bad stuff. People, and one thing they always tell me is that people don't know what they're doing. They're just living their life. Because I say I didn't get a memo on this one. So let's see if I can zoom in on that. I can't see it. Someone's got a dog out there. Okay, I think I'll hit a few balls out in this. I don't know if I can film it, darling, but hope everyone has a great day.